5 things I've noticed since losing 90 pounds. Number 1, shopping online for clothes is so much easier. Depending on the brand, I'm usually either a size 0, 2, or 4, or extra small or a small on the brands that run on letter sizing. And my size is in stock far more often nowadays. Way back when I was a size 18, 16, 14, 12, so on, my size was out of stock so much more often. And I would presume that sizes 0, 2, and 4 are in stock a lot more often since those sizes are probably a lot less common. But hey, that makes shopping online for clothes all the more easier for me. 2, I get cold a lot easier. When I was well over 200 pounds, I would get hot and sweaty so much easier. I remember when I was that heavy, I would feel hot and sticky whenever the air temperature was above like 70. Nowadays, the temperature can be in the 80s and I'm not sweating like at all. This is kind of a shame because my dad likes the thermostat in the 60s, and when the temperature's in the 60s, I need like 2-3 layers on just to be comfortably warm, especially when I'm trying to sleep. Because I can't sleep if I'm too cold. Then whenever I'm home alone, I will actually turn up the thermostat just enough to kick off the air conditioning. At least that saves money on the electricity bill. Number 3, I'm not obsessed with food anymore. I'm no longer constantly bound by thoughts of what I'm gonna eat, when and if I'm gonna eat next, yada yada yada. I actually much rather prefer productive activities to eating. Those who have been watching my content would be aware of the fact that I did have a GLP-1 to assist in my process of weight loss. I did go 6 months without a GLP-1 at all prior to March 2026, which was when I got on zepbound. Now I'm in the process of trying to taper off of zepbound. Currently, my regimen is taking it every 2 to 3 weeks instead of every week. My plan is to take it less and less frequently until I'm off entirely. During those periods where I was not under the influence of a GLP-1 at all, I still was not so obsessed with food compared to how I once was. When I'm in need of comfort, stress relief, especially during the evening, I'd actually would rather take a walk outside and go chase the sunset instead of reaching for a bowl of chips, which I used to do every night out of habit and to try and soothe myself. Number 4, daily tasks that require physical effort are a lot easier now. Anything that requires standing, bending, reaching, anything that takes physical effort like that is a lot easier now that I'm 90 pounds lighter. I can't deny this substantially assisted with my work productivity at my job because my current job requires a lot of standing, lifting, and moving. And I would be lying if I said my weight loss did not help with my job performance. Number 5, less chafing. Inner thigh chafing is something that I've struggled with literally my whole entire life. Even right now at 125 pounds, I'll admit my inner thighs do still rub a little bit when I walk, although nowhere near as much as they used to. The only thing that I have found works foolproof for inner thigh chafing is unscented antiperspirant. I'm sure at least some of you have heard of the deodorant trick. I prefer unscented antiperspirant For obvious reasons, the deodorant with fragrances and shit is a lot more likely to be irritating down there. Hence, I find a lot more relief with the unscented antiperspirant. And I specify antiperspirant because the antiperspirant with the aluminum in it is really the only thing that actually works to stop chafing. Like the aluminum-free deodorants, although they might work at stopping odor, they really do not do shit when it comes to ceasing the chafing. And although some do have concerns with aluminum and it possibly being absorbed, personally, I take the pros over the cons. I'd rather not sweat and not chafe. And the less sweating also indirectly leads to less odor. Like unscented antiperspirant, it doesn't make you smell good, but it at least stops you from smelling bad though. Like even when I use it in my armpits. And that leads to another thing. Even though there is still a slight amount of rubbing when I walk, I don't have to reapply the antiperspirant as often to stave off the chafing. Like sometimes I wear a skirt to work, and before I go to work, I just rub a little bit of the unscented antiperspirant in between my thighs, and it lasts all day. Whereas when I was 90 pounds heavier, I would have to reapply the antiperspirant like every hour. Sometimes it would feel like I'd have to reapply it every few minutes just to ward off the sweating and chafing.